Hello everyone, today we have a power tool. So, I usually do hobby related tools, but I gotta grind some 5mm thick acrylic plate, so hobby tool's gonna have a harder time with that. So let's take a look at this thing. It's basically a portable angle grinder, right? It takes 3-inch or 75mm blades. It came with 2 cutting discs. So if you're totally new to tools, this is used to cut like bolts, nuts and bolts, that kind of stuff. Solid steel plate. It's a fibrous material, so you don't want to cut soft things with this or it'll clog up, and that wouldn't be good. So don't cut plastic or wood with this. You want to cut metals, possibly ceramics, but mostly metals. Dimensioning this thing, let's see. So it's marked positive, negative, but I think it's idiot proof as far as installing it because there's only 2 tabs. There's not 3. So these recesses, which are also very kind of crude, the way they molded this thing is not very clean. But this is a very inexpensive tool. Alright, so that's locked in place, right? No, it's not very locked at all. These tabs, they're supposed to reach into there, but you just saw me pull it out. So maybe this could be, yeah, it's just not the greatest. You can't expect DeWalt quality or Bosch quality for the price of these things. Okay, so it's charged to some extent. I saw some LEDs come on. It's a rock and push forward switch. Alright, so it's fully charged. That's good. There's listings that say these are brushless, but I think for the price that's not going to happen. There's just no way. But I might be mistaken, but it looks like it's just a regular motor can with brushes. This steel body inside of that vent. The vent holes are so small though, so it's hard to say for sure. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I feel like there's just a steel can inside of there, so I think it's a brushed motor, but I might be mistaken. Nowhere on here also does it say brushed, brushless I mean. So if it was brushless, it would say brushless on the product, I think. It's a 12-volt system. Obviously you don't want to drop an electrical device into water. Alright, so also I've noticed online there are different internal holes. This one's a 10mm, 1 centimeter hole. So I've seen some where it might be 9.5, and obviously you're not going to fit a 9.5 tool onto a 10mm stud. So be mindful of that. I guess it's an M5 bolt holding that thing. It does say spindle lock. That's what this red thing must be. So in fact, hold on, before I might as well start. Just test this charger out. And also the weight of this thing without anything in it, 662 grams. Oh boy, I can't even. I think the listing had the dimensions. With this cover, it's around 21 centimeters or like 8.5 inches, a little under that. So width-wise, maybe 12 centimeters under that, around 4.5 inches or so. And the thickness, man, these calipers, the only calipers I have that don't turn on automatically. 56, a little over 2 inches. Alright, so dimensioning is out of the way. Yes. Oh boy, I just heard something there. I don't know if that thing just pulled off the electronics board. So it seems like you can't charge it while it's in the device. Oh, there we go. I don't know what size port this is, but it said 12 volts. So let's see this adapter. This is a worldwide adapter, and yes, it is outputting 12 volts. Okay, so There's no indication on the battery is charging. It's on the charger. There's a red LED there. Oh, be mindful. There's a tool. It's in this slot. It might be very easy to miss that. So it's highly probable you might lose this tool. So let's just see how what size it is. I think it's an M5, right? No, this is an M4. Okay. And the instructions. Here are the specs of this thing. That's the RPM. So I'm not sure why it says M5 there. You clearly saw me measure it as an M4. It doesn't tell you the capacity of the battery, but it's 318/650s just based on the shape of it. So maybe it's 3,000, 3 to 5,000 mAh. There's spindle lock there, and then when it's operating, you know, it's warning you when it's red that it's gonna less than a third. It's gonna die soon. It does mention you got to make sure you're buying the right size hole, discs and stuff like that. You don't want to have any play in there, especially on something that spins that fast. Supposedly it's the first 12-volt angle grinder. I don't know about that. I don't really care. Okay, so spindle lock. This thing, I guess. Yep. All right. So that does pop open, and then you could just use this tool here. Oh, that one's really torqued down. So. Oh, I see. Yeah, it is an M5 bolt. This is the tool used to access this. It's a M4. Yeah, so it is an M5 bolt. And if you lose this, the length of this bolt is, I don't know, it's going to be listed as either 10 or 15 because it's falling into 12. Actually, you might be able to buy M5 by 12 bolts. So this thing rolled away. I don't know if I don't think anything else rolled away, so it's just this thing. And it's flat on one side for the bolt, and then it's got a recess to mate with this thing, so be mindful of that. It's got 3 Phillips 2 things here if you want to remove the guard. Possibly also tighten this. There's 3 stampings here, so that are causing friction against this guard. It's pretty easy to move, but I don't think it's going to move on itself, so that seems pretty well designed. I don't actually need to cut anything with this thing right now, but we'll test it in the workshop, so I'll just show you a couple other things. I want to put a disc that's less likely to damage my table here. This is a ceramic diamond cutter, I guess. I don't know. Just seems like it's made of steel, so I'm not sure. This is it didn't come with these, by the way. I bought this set extra. This is what I'm going to use to grind off the corners of my acrylic plate. It's just a bunch of overlapping sandpaper. Seems like a pretty coarse grit. Here's a thick abrasive disc. So it seems like it's probably the same kind of material, but this is for serious grinding, where this is so thin it cuts through things. And then we have a piece of sandpaper, 80 grit, but this, I don't know. It's supposed to, you would think there'd be something with Velcro for this to stick to, but maybe that's a separate purchase. I didn't realize. And then another one of those, just a different brand. And then a very fine tooth thing. This might be what's used for cutting plastics. I can't say how many teeth there are. Maybe this says 75 by 1, the hole, and 72 teeth on this thing. I have no idea what HCS, high carbon steel maybe. And then here's your traditional looking like wood saw blade, just shrunken down. It's kind of cute. I do actually have a big DeWalt corded circular saw, but the thing is, I mean, the blade's like that big, it freaks me out kind of using it. So this one here, 24 teeth on this wood one, so should clear away dust nicely. And yeah, by the way, you want to wear a respirator and safety glasses when you're using any sort of power tool. You know, that stuff's going to fly into your eyes and into your lungs. So the charge just was a solid red. I think that might indicate it's finished charging. And then when I unplugged the battery, it went green. Possibly that's what it means also. Anyways, some indication that that thing is finished charging. I'm going to just put this on just for the heck of it, just to see how easy it is, but I'm not going to grind anything in this photo booth, so, alright. You know, there's a little oil on that thread. Make sure that chuck is up. I would only hope that this thing spins in a direction where it's not going to want to unthread this, but I don't know. I can't see something spinning that fast. Well, I gotta say, I mean, it's definitely portable. It's definitely smaller than an angle grinder, a typical angle grinder I'm used to using, but it's definitely bigger than an air-powered system. An air-powered system is much more small because the source of power is elsewhere. But you know, I'm not gonna be carrying an air compressor around for doing such simple jobs, just cutting things less than that thickness. In fact, actually, I'm gonna unplug this so I don't kill myself. The exposed blade here with the shroud is only 15 millimeters, or like a little over half an inch. That's the material thickness this thing is capable of cutting. Okay, so I'm back after cutting some stuff, and there's some good and also a warning, because this could actually be a dangerous thing. The good, first of all, it's designed as a grinder. Cutting, grinding, so cutting off through a steel bolt, not an issue at all. The thing is actually quite fast, quite powerful, good enough for me at least. Yeah, grinding down that steel bolt with this thing, not an issue again, no problems. I even tried to cut a ceramic tile a little bit. It created a whole lot of dust though, but yeah, it seems to be okay. Uh, and then as an actual sanding item, it works fantastic. I rounded off some plastic, no problems whatsoever. Very good. All right, so all good so far. Also, this chuck, if you have it in the open position, you can't turn the machine on. Let me just demonstrate this. So it's up, right? It can't turn on. So that's a smart safety feature. The chuck has to be pushed in for it to turn on. Okay, so you notice I marked this counterclockwise because this thing, if you watch this gold thing, yeah, it's spinning counterclockwise. And you want that for a grinder because as this thing spins, all the sparks, all the material is flying away from your face. So that's a good thing. Now, what makes this an issue, let me undo this so I don't kill myself. As a saw, if you put a saw blade like this, it's now cutting downwards, right? And so it's trying to pull the saw blade through the material. And it can be done if you're really careful, especially with this one because the teeth are wider than the blade itself. But I found with some thick MDF wood, it stalled a few times. I tried to just push it right down into the wood and it stalled. So it's not the strongest motor inside of this thing. But if you're going to cut through some thin MDF, I don't think you'll have a problem at all. Right? It's thin, like less than 5 millimeters. I don't think you'll have any issues. But that's the experience I had. It was pretty thick wood. Now this one being a finer tooth thing, you know, I cut through a CD case and some other piece of plastic, a soft plastic and a brittle plastic, and it worked okay. You know, you got to pull it through slowly and stuff like that. But bear in mind with this one, if you're trying to cut into wood or some sort of thick material, this has the teeth are the same thickness as this. So if you tweak it just a little bit, it's going to grab the side of the blade and it's going to try to jump out, and it'll probably scratch up the material you're trying to cut. So that's for both of these. You know, the blade wants to jump out because it's going counterclockwise. If you actually look at a real circular handsaw, the blade is going upwards. It's going like this. So as you push it forward, it's trying to, I don't know, it just doesn't want to jump out as you push it forward. So there's a simple workaround though. You know, you still want it blade like this because it's going this way. You just pull the thing towards you. So it works okay that way. It's just a little bit counterintuitive because most, you know, electric circular saws, you push it away from you. But for this one, yeah, if you pull the thing towards you or downwards, that's how it wants to work. All right, so just be mindful of that because, yeah, if not, it's going to jump out of the groove and I guess it'll just fly out of your hand. But you don't want to ruin the material you're cutting, right? All right, well, that's it. After all those cuts, still has like 2 bars left, so maybe has like 1/3 charge, which isn't so much. But you can buy these with extra battery packs if you think you're going to use it for long durations of time. But honestly, I think if you're going to use it for long durations of time, you might as well just get one for like a DeWalt or Bosch or Makita if you already have those battery packs. For the price, I'm quite happy with it. But I'm just going to use it as a grinder because I'm used to pushing saws away from me, or at least electric circular saws. But as a grinder, it's totally the way other grinders are, spinning in that direction. So it's great. Thank you for watching today. We'll see you in the next tool related video.